these were some of the most expensive, hand-built, innovative engines to ever be used. So if you were this ghost pilot traveling through time, how would you change the future of how engines are today, and what changes would you make? Now, believe it or not, 100 years ago, a V8 was considered something reserved for like a luxury vehicle. Only companies like Cadillac and Rolls-Royce and very expensive vehicles used V8 technology. It was considered sort of like an exotic technology. But travel into the future, and modular engines are the wave of the future, basically. Engines that you can add cylinders to, that you can take cylinders off. This is the manufacturing way of the future, and even for electric vehicles. So what have we learned from the past 100 years about what works and what doesn't work, and what mistakes maybe could we have avoided? So if you look back to the Ford flathead engine, one thing that the Ford flathead was known for is the revolution of the modern assembly line developed by Henry Ford allowed him to build a one-piece engine block. So when you hear of like a pushrod engine, that is, the cam is in the block. So you don't need like a separate cylinder head with cams. And the valves are in block because it's a side valve engine. So essentially you lose a lot of the extra pieces that end up making an engine very expensive to build. So collectively during World War I and World War II, the technologies were so advanced because these were life and death situations where when you fast forward to, let's say, NASCAR, or the way modern production is done, the amount of regulations to meet the fuel economy, the safety standards, it's so restricting that the advancement of technology is sort of held back a little bit. So going back 100 years, almost like you are traveling through time like a ghost pilot, is really the best technology because there were no restrictions. All these countries were competing against each other to build the best airplanes and the best airplane engines for